When soldiers leave to protect their country, they never know when they'll get to hold their loved ones close again. Get ready for some of the most touching moments in Soldiers Coming Home, a reminder of the power of love and family. This family was already surprised to see the Easter Bunny visit, but the biggest surprise was yet to come. This Navy woman wanted to impress her little sister, but she wasn't prepared to get nearly knocked over by this emotional hurricane. At first, these boys weren't thrilled about having just one Christmas present to share, but when they realized it was their big brother home on leave, their joy knew no bounds. It only took 1 second for this soldier's serious expression to melt into pure joy at the sight of his family. This mom was completely overcome with emotion when she saw her son back from service, so much so that he had to be the first to hug her. This could have been Edith's first Christmas without her eldest son, but Christmas miracles are real and his leave was approved just in time. This guy is great at thinking ahead, but luckily, today, he's racing against his wife instead of an enemy. It looks like this Navy soldier's just goofing around and posing for the kids, but it's actually a carefully planned surprise for her daughter. And a total success. What could make this grown man nearly faint? The mind-blowing surprise his brother pulled on him. It's been 10 months since this boy last saw his father. That's why he's hugging him so tightly, as if his dad might disappear again if he lets go. The entertainer asked the kids to guess who was inside the costume, but this little girl never imagined it was her dad. This girl's favorite musician, Luke Bryan, invited her on stage. She was already thrilled, but she had no idea the biggest surprise of the night was still to come. Watch as this heartwarming hug to their song makes every one of those 367 days apart worth it. Oh no, it looks like this dog is lost. Luckily, he always recognizes his dad's voice in a crowd. The gym at Alita High School is filled with laughter and happy tears today because the father of 2 students has come home safe and sound. This man isn't used to showing emotion, but seeing his beloved daughter again was enough to bring tears to his eyes. The only thing that can make U.S. Navy officer Douglas Hernandez this nervous is his daughter's graduation. He has traveled 30 hours just to be here and give her a hug. Did this soldier decide to switch careers and become a yoga instructor? Nope, he's just waiting for his sister to finish meditating so she can finally notice him. You can see the pride beaming in this father's eyes as he hugs his strong, confident son in uniform. At Turner Field, the real stars of the night weren't the players, but a military dad and his 8-year-old daughter reuniting after such a long time apart. Ellie was recording a heartfelt birthday message for her son, completely unaware that in just a second, she'd be able to hug him in person.
Oh my God!
It doesn't matter whether the Jazz or the Clippers win this game, not after the crowd saw this soldier's emotional reunion with his big family. When they were little, this big sister loved surprising her younger brother, but today it's his turn to return the favor. Today, the father of these adorable twins will carefully hang up his uniform and finally just be dad again. This man saw something in a cafe window that made him sprint inside, the friend he hadn't seen in nearly 2 years. In just a second, the entire world will stop mattering to this pup because his favorite human has finally come home after 9 months away. This loving mother hasn't smiled in 19 months. Until today, now that her only son has finally come home. For 9 months, this woman prayed for just one thing, that her daughter would return home safe. Today, her prayers have been answered. Sweet 16 wasn't feeling so sweet for this birthday girl until her favorite person in the world, her big brother, walked through the door. Everyone at Westchester Hospital adores Sheila, a kind-hearted nurse, so the entire staff helped her daughter, Sarah, plan an unforgettable surprise after 1.5 years away. The kids at this school were excited to see Santa, but a few students got something even better, their big brother back. This soldier's whole family can't stop smiling. It's like they've just seen the sun after the longest night. All of this family's worries and fears vanished the moment they saw their beloved daughter and sister walk through those cafe doors. Deep down, this dog always knew he'd see his owner again someday, but when it finally happened, he still couldn't believe his luck. What could make a cozy weekend morning even better? A husband returning home after 9 months of service. For months, this soldier lived for one thing, to see the sweet smile on his little girl's face again. "8 weeks apart put this couple's love to the test, but in the end, it only made them stronger. This girl's smile says it all. "I've been waiting for you for so long, my hero." Graduation is already an emotional day, but this girl's heart skipped a beat when she saw her dad had flown in from Qatar just for her. A 6-year-old had no idea why he was called onto the field and handed a microphone. Turns out it was so the whole stadium could hear his joy at being reunited with his dad. How do you get 12 people to smile naturally for a family photo? Just invite the 13th family member home from deployment. This exhausted little girl decided to rest her head on her desk and drift off into a dream. Or was it real after all? What could be more touching to a bride than having her Navy brother give up an important mission just so he could be there to walk her to the altar? The moment this girl heard the voice she'd been longing for, she ran straight into her father's arms, completely forgetting about the game. This soldier's girlfriend prepared a heartfelt surprise for him when she brought his veteran grandfather to support him on his special day. A few seconds from now, this girl's makeup will be ruined by happy tears. But something tells me this photo with her brother will be one of her favorites. This soldier is feeling nervous before a big performance on the stage of his child's school, where the main event of the night is his homecoming. No one believed in this woman's dream of serving in the military, except for her best friend. That's why she made sure to give her the most incredible homecoming surprise. There wasn't a dry eye in the house when this sailor finally came home after nearly 3 years away. Hit that like button if you wish all soldiers would come home safely. After 9 long months apart, this woman can hug her man as tightly as she wants and never let go. This house hasn't heard real laughter in so long because their beloved daughter and sister was 2,000 miles away. But today, her service is over and the joy is back. This young man didn't tell his parents he was coming home for Christmas. His mom stood frozen in shock while his dad couldn't hold back his happiness. This proud mother did everything she could to be at her son's first baseball game. Nothing could stop her from watching him play. After 8 weeks of barely being able to text, Jenny finally gets to hug her boyfriend again. In this moment, the rest of the world simply disappears. Most little girls dream of getting a pony or a princess castle for their birthday, but this one, she just wanted a hug from her dad, and she got it. This soldier came home a day early to surprise his girlfriend, but she had an even bigger surprise for him. Soon, they'll be a family of 3. What makes military reunions so special? Because they only get 2 short weeks together before another year of waiting. Any other girl might be furious at being caught off guard, but Karen had been counting down the days to this moment for 6 months. This is what true friendship looks like. This guy cut his business trip short just to surprise his best buddy. The few seconds before a reunion are always my favorite part because you just know another family is about to be whole again. Talk about creative planning. This girl had no idea that her coach was actually her brother until the last second. Sarah had always been her teenage brother's biggest inspiration, which is why he was looking forward to her homecoming even more than his own birthday. What's the best grade school moment ever? A first kiss? Prom? Nope. Getting to hug your parents after months apart. They promised their son they wouldn't cry while he was deployed, but now that he's home, all bets are off. This could have been a scene from a horror movie, an unknown figure standing in the dark, but it turned out to be her best friend, home at last after a year away. The kids promised their parents a surprise if they closed their eyes. Let's just say it was even bigger than they imagined. Every military family deserves a Christmas Eve as joyful as this one. It was just another ordinary day until they became a whole family again. Her throat tightens as she realizes that no military honor could ever compare to the embrace of her children. This mom of 3 had only one Christmas wish, for her eldest daughter to come home, and her girls made sure it came true. It's not easy to surprise this serious woman, but her son pulled it off flawlessly. This soldier's return wasn't just a joy for his brother, it was a celebration for his entire class, who made sure to thank him for his service. distance between two hearts isn't an obstacle, rather a beautiful reminder of just how strong true love can be. A mother bursts into tears when she sees her son standing in front of her on her birthday after months apart, and he didn't forget to bring another special gift. This proud soldier spent 4 long months dreaming of just one thing: holding his little girl again. Keeping this homecoming a secret wasn't easy for the family, but they knew it would be worth it for one final Christmas together. She waited 9 long months to hold the love of her life again and to finally hear their hearts beat together once more. The horrors of war are behind this soldier, and ahead lies nothing but the warmth of home and the embrace of loved ones. Is this guy really trying to steal the bride on her wedding day? Not quite. He just wanted to pull her aside for a moment since he traveled all this way to be there for her. The moment their eyes met, all the worries of the past 10 months disappeared. With one hug, this girl tried to express everything she had felt while her soldier was gone. The moment the door opened, all the hardships of the previous months melted away in the arms of loved ones. Of course, this soldier couldn't just wait patiently at home, so she surprised her mom right at work. At her graduation, this girl only wanted to dance with her Marine brother, who had taken leave from service just so he wouldn't let her down. This Marine hasn't seen her younger brother in 2 years. Now, she can't believe how much he's grown and that he's become a baseball star. Her support gave him the strength to endure the hardships of military life and brought them closer than ever before. This little boy has no idea that a school assembly had been planned for one special reason: to welcome his mom back from Iraq. Nicole's daughter had been worried after not hearing from her for a few days. Luckily, Mom was just preparing a surprise, and now she'll always be by her side. No place sees more heartfelt love than airports. Well, and our channel's viewers. Subscribe to see more of these sweet reunions. One thing's for sure, little Jessica won't be going to school today because she'll be spending the whole day in her dad's arms. Military service took 2 years of this woman's time with her brother. This reunion is their first step toward restoring the bond they once had. This mother nearly burst with emotion when her son came back from the army, hugged her, and said, "I missed you so much, Mom." Their friendship began in early childhood and has endured many challenges that only strengthened their bond. Believe it or not, but this young man changed so much during his service that even his parents needed a moment to recognize him behind the mask. For every soldier, the soft whisper of a child saying, "I love you," is worth more than any military medal. That door is the last thing standing between two brothers, and behind it, the overwhelming joy of their long-awaited reunion. I wish that every military mom only had to worry about surprises like this from her child. What could be more touching than a soldier's reunion with his mother, a reunion with his dad? Running on a stadium track isn't always about setting records, as this girl proved when she sprinted straight into her brother's arms upon his return. This military woman's service in Kuwait has finally come to an end. Now, all that awaits her is love and the warm embrace of her family. Just one thing kept this soldier going on her toughest days: the thought of her baby's smile waiting for her at home. 245 days without seeing your son can feel like an eternity to a mother who has been waiting and praying for his return. The moment he saw his wife's radiant smile, he knew every hardship and trial had been worth it. Everyone knows that family is the most important thing in life, but soldiers who go months without seeing their loved ones feel this on the deepest level. A sisterly bond can survive anything, even 3 years apart. A new chapter is beginning for this family. This sailor's contract is over, and now he can be with his wife and daughter all the time. Dominic spent 2 years serving in Guam, but that challenge was nothing compared to the overwhelming emotion on his grandmother's and mother's faces when he finally came home. Her love warmed his soul like the sun warms the earth, even during 10 long months apart. But now, those dark days are over. While other kids argue about whether Superman or Batman is better, little Michelle knows that her big brother is the greatest hero of all. This grandfather is a veteran himself, so he couldn't be prouder that his granddaughter has chosen to carry on the family's military legacy. What's the best Mother's Day gift? This sweet lady received flowers and the long-awaited return of her military daughter. Perfect. Like a prince searching for Cinderella, this soldier let his heart guide him back to the one he loves, and he didn't even need a glass slipper. Just look at this. There's so much love and joy in these reunions that my heart feels like it's gonna burst. Tegan was sad that her brother Trevor had missed all her hockey games while in the service, but he has traveled thousands of miles for this hug and even got to do the ceremonial puck drop to bring his sister's team some good luck. This sweet lady had just been thinking, I wish I could hug all my grandkids, and her wish instantly came true. Waiting at home for your partner is hard enough, but what if both of you are in the military? These moments only happen when all the stars align. Who could bring this much joy to an entire family on Christmas morning? Only Santa, or a dearly missed daughter returning home for the holidays. I'd love it when restaurant employees help soldiers pull off these unforgettable surprises for their loved ones. Imagine how good it must feel to hear "Happy Mother's Day, Mom" from the daughter you haven't seen in 212 days. Remember how we all cried when Hachiko continued to wait faithfully for his owner? Thankfully, this story has a happy ending. For 10 months, this strong man carried heavy gear, but starting today, the only thing he'll be carrying is his children. This Marine came up with a special dance to celebrate being reunited with her trainer. It wasn't perfect, but it still moved her to tears. How long had they been walking together before the wife finally noticed her husband right next to her? What's cuter than a pet's reaction when their owner finally comes home? Absolutely nothing. Bet you've never seen a reaction like this in our videos. Her daughter and the cup of coffee certainly weren't ready for this plot twist. This family always watched soldiers coming home videos, but they never imagined they'd be in one. Welcome to our compilation. This little boy used to think Spider-Man was the coolest hero ever, but today he knows his dad is the real superhero. Rain, an unexpected twist like a scene from a movie. But no, this is real life and it's one of the most touching reunions ever. Some mothers can't handle even a single day away from their children. Well, this woman had to endure 6 whole months, but now it's finally over. Thank you for your service. We are proud of every soldier and are already planning a new collection of incredible homecoming moments. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you don't miss out.